Howdy friends, it's Bill, and you're watching Bill's Box of Sound, and this is going to be part 5 of the Frank Zappa 2012 CD remaster campaign. Let me turn this down a little bit. Now, for those of you who are familiar with my channel and you've subscribed within the last few years, you're going to say, I didn't see number 4, where was it? But for those of you who are longtime fans of the Bill's Box of Sound channel, you're gonna say, "What? You're finally doing this, and you're not screaming at the camera? Hey, this is great!" Yeah, I did 1 through 4, and the last time that I did this was in 2013, 7 years ago. I'm a little bit grayer now, a little bit older, a little bit fatter, and it's 2021. We got the pandemic going on, but people have been asking for me to continue this series, so I'm going to do so. These CDs were released by the Universal Music Group on November the 19th, 2012. And here they are. First, we've got Mother Mania. Now, this originally came out in 1969, and it was released as a download in 2009. Remastered, was this by Bernie Grundman or by Bob Ludwig? It was remastered by Bob Ludwig. Okay, so this is a best of the Verve years of the Mothers of Invention. And you're thinking, well, why should I buy something that's just got a bunch of old tunes on it? Well, they're alternate versions for the most part, different mixes, different takes, and a very unique edit. For a lot of people, a very favorite Frank Zappa album. This is the first legitimate release on CD of Mother Mania. It's come out a few times on vinyl. So if you don't have this, this is official release number 7, but this is the first of the Part 5 reissue campaign. Next up, we have a whole bunch from the You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore series. We start with, let's see, Volume 3. Now, as you remember, the first volume of You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore was a whole bunch of different stuff from all sorts of different eras of Zappa. And then Volume 2 was allegedly from 1 concert in Helsinki, but it was from 2 concerts combined. Now, number 3 is another hodgepodge of all eras of Frank Zappa live from the 60s to the late 80s. And this is a lot of fun. And one friend of mine saw the song titles on here and bought this thinking it was kind of like a greatest hits album of definitive live versions, and says, why are they making up different words for the songs on this? But this is a lot of fun, has a lot of great guitar solos on it. There's a 25-minute version of King Kong. What else is on here? Some stuff from the 1981 Halloween concerts. Some stuff from the 88 tour. This is really nice. So this came out originally in 1989, and then for a while there was no releases of You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore. But finally, in 1991, this thing came out. You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore, Volume 4. This is a lot of fun. Once again, live cuts from every phase of Zappa's career. It's got stuff from the 80s, it's got stuff from the 60s, it's got a lot of stuff from the 70s. And let's see, what else has it got? It's got an interesting version of The Black Page. It's got Take Me Out to the Ball Game, really nice version of Filthy Habits. The original recording of The Torture Never Stops with Captain Beefheart on vocals is on this. And let's see, what else? Yeah, just cool stuff all along the line. You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore, Volume 4. Now, what I just showed you was the original Ryko disc version like this. There we go. And the CDs looked like this for the most part. And then when it was re-released, they all had this generic picture of Frank on it in a slimline case. Now, in 1992, there was a bunch of stuff released. There was one album called Playground Psychotics, a 2 CD set, great artwork by Cal Schenkel, of all sorts of stuff during the Flo and Eddie period. Lots of things going on here. Also, CD artwork by Cal Schenkel as well, and a crazy booklet. This is kind of like an audio documentary, but it's got a lot of good stuff on it, as well as it's got like a 30-minute version of Billy the Mountain on it. And this is the CD that has the famous John Lennon Yoko Ono tapes on it. As you may have heard, there was the Fillmore East 1971, John Lennon Yoko Ono showed up, and they played some stuff. And the agreement between Zappa and Lennon was that they would both get a copy of the master tape and they could both release their versions of it. And when John Lennon released his version, he took something and called it Jam Rag. It was actually Frank Zappa's King Kong, and said that him and Yoko had written it. That was not cool. So this is Frank's own version of it at the end of disc 1. And interesting track number 26 on disc 1 is called A Small Eternity with Yoko Ono. 6 minutes and 11 seconds. So that's Playground Psychotics. The version that got released on Ryko in 95 with kind of a generic 70s CD, 2 CDs again, slimline, was exactly the same. All versions are the same digital masters. And and that is Playground Psychotics. Now, also released in 92 was You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore, Volume 5. Now, of the You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore series, this is my favorite. Disc 1 is a hodgepodge of different eras of Frank's career, including stuff from the 60s. It's got the Charles Ives, which was part of some of the stuff you heard on Weasels Ripped by Flesh. It's got Little March. It's got all sorts of strange old Mothers of Invention stuff on the first disc. More audio documentary stuff. But disc 2 is from the 1992, or is it 1991? Let's take a look. Da-da-da-da. Let's see. Disc 2 was all from the 1982 band. This is kind of like different dates in Europe: Geneva, Munich, Bolzano, and Frankfurt. And a quick look at the booklet. The whole disc is edited like one continuous concert with the same band. 1982. Steve Vai's in there. Ray White's singing. Chad Wackerman's playing drums. It is a great, 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 great concert. It's disc 2 of You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore, Volume 5. Now, that was released on the same day as You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore, Volume 6. Now, I'm showing you the Ryko disc slimline versions, which are very similar to the Universal versions. All digital versions of these are the same. They did not get remastered. There may have been some small edits on the timelines, but nothing really noticeable. And the tracks on Volume 6 are more of every era of Frank. including stuff from, I believe the last cuts are 81 cuts from Halloween. Am I right? It's got 200 Motels Finale. Oh, that's from 1971. And then Strictly Gentile is from Halloween 1981. Lonesome Cowboy Nando from the 1988 Genoa, Italy performance. So lots of good stuff there. Now, as Volumes 5 and 6 were released on the same day, they were kind of not released on the same day. You could buy them separately, but the way to get them on the same day was to buy this little box right here. The Frank Zappa, You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore, with a boxed set. It contained Volume 5 and Volume 6 of You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore. So all you had to do was go to your collection, if you were a diehard collector, and put Volume 4 in there, and your Volume 3, and your Volume 2, and your Volume 1 in there, and you'd have all of these on a nice little box for your shelf. So there it is, Volumes 1 through 6, Frank Zappa, You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore. A couple more to round out this release. A posthumous release that was put out in 1997. This was put together by Frank. It's called Have I Offended Someone? This is a CD of tracks that may offend some people. You know, things like Bobby Brown, Disco Boy, In France, He's So Gay, Titties and Beer, Dumb All Over, Dynamo Hum, and pretty much most of these are alternate versions. For example, let's go here. See, Dynamo Hum is remixed from the Overnight Sensation tapes. Some of them are originals, like Valley Girl and Jewish Princess. There's a remix of Yo Cats, a completely different version of Dumb All Over, and it's live. So that is Have I Offended Someone by Frank Zappa, also released. And take a look at this original artwork here that came out. Artwork by the one and only Ralph Steadman, who used to be a political cartoonist for Rolling Stone, also illustrated a lot of Hunter S. Thompson's books. All digital versions the same, as it is with this posthumous release from 1998, the Frank Zappa Mystery Disc. All the stuff that was contained on this was on the bonus mystery disc LPs that were in the big Frank Zappa Old Masters box sets. There's 35 tracks on here, all weird odds and ends, mostly from the early years of Frank's career. And the disc looks very, very simple. Like this just says mystery disc. So this was put together by Frank before he passed away in '91, but it was not released on CD until 1998. So that is number 5 of the Frank Zappa 2012 Remasters campaign. There is a number 6 coming out, and as soon as I can get to it, we'll do that one. And then I intend to get on a whole bunch of the other posthumous releases that have come out since Frank Zappa's passed away. We're probably going to start with Civilization Phase 3. So, thanks for watching. Had a great time. Hope you did too. Go listen to some Frank Zappa because you'll probably enjoy yourself. Later, folks.